Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode. I'm Darlene, and today we're talking about a topic that every business owner, yes, even you, even the people that are the spreadsheet lovers amongst us, face at some point. It's the fear of imperfection. It's that little voice that says, what if it's not good enough? Or what will people think? Well, today we're going to tell that voice to take a seat because this episode is all about embracing the messy, the awkward, and the wonderful imperfect. Now, I love being imperfect now. I was one of those people that everything had to be perfect before I could put anything out there. That's why it took me a long time to start even doing a Facebook Live, let alone a podcast. This is now season 4 of the podcast. I wouldn't have got here if I didn't embrace the imperfection. We are perfect in every single moment. And that is why I encourage you to get out there and be you, be authentic, because perfection is overrated. It's so overrated. And let's have a look at how we're going to move past it. And so the first thing is I want you to redefine what perfect means for you, because perfection is subjective. What you see as a flaw might be the very thing that resonates with your audience. And as a business owner, it is important to focus on what you deliver, the value that you deliver, rather than what looks flawless. Now, the content I create, it's not perfect. Maybe I have some spelling errors, or maybe there's some editing that could be done. I don't care anymore. I put it out there. These videos and audios are never edited because I want you to realize I'm putting myself out there. I don't care anymore. I really don't. So think about the things, like you might have seen someone put a service out there, and when you've looked at it, you've sort of gone, oh, that's really weird. All they've done is that. And, you know, but then have a look at the success of that service. Or it might have been, think about the first version of you as a business owner to now, or think about the apps that come out there. I mean, look at computers. They have changed so much. Now, I'm a bit older, so I actually know the history of computers because I grew up with them. And, that's saying something. So think about the changes that have happened. If whoever created these things wanted it to be perfect, we wouldn't be where we are now. And that's the same thing as a business owner. So ask yourself, will this help my clients, or if you've got products, customers? If the answer is yes, that's your perfect. So put yourself out there and start before you're ready, because you're never going to feel 100% ready. That's okay. Starting before you're ready actually forces you to learn and adapt in real time. And the growth that I've had in myself as a business owner and personally has been incredible because I've put myself out there. Now think of creating a beta version of your idea, a pilot project, a draft blog post, or even a mock-up of your product. You can use feedback from real people to refine it if you like. Just put it out there though, because people will let you know. And whether you take that advice or not is up to you, of course, as well. Now, I was excited because I had a website again and I put a blog out there. And I messaged my friend going, oh my goodness, I've done a blog. Now, what came back was all of the corrections that she thought I needed to make. Instead of going, oh my goodness, that's fantastic, well done, I didn't ask for her to go through that blog and correct it. I was excited, and that sort of got me for just a few moments. And then I went, you know what? Yep, don't care. Don't absolutely care. Now, I want you to embrace And you've heard it before, this mantra, done is better than perfect. Every step forward is progress, even if it's not polished. And I want you to think about the 80-20 rule. So perfectionists often spend 80% of their time obsessing over the last 20% of details. And I want you to flip that script. Focus on the elements that are going to make the biggest impact. So if you're going to do a podcast episode, prioritize the clarity over flashy visuals. Allow your message to be clear. You don't have to have visuals. Look at me. Yeah, I've got a background. That's it. I don't have slides. Sometimes I do when I do the bonus episodes. I have slides because I'm doing, I'm revising the episodes I've done. So I've got slides. Or when I do a webinar, I've got slides. Apart from that, I don't, because I don't need to worry about flashy visuals. I love visuals. And of course, when you look at my social media, you'll see that. The other thing is, when you see me as a selfie, you'll see me in lots of the times in t-shirts and shorts, because that's who I am. Yes, I love dressing up, and I do that sometimes. So remind yourself, your audience isn't looking for perfection. They're looking for the value. Provide that. And so build imperfect rituals. Create rituals that embrace imperfection. So you might dedicate a day a month to imperfect experiment. Try a new idea of how to market yourself, or if you've got products, do a product tweak without worrying about the outcome. Celebrate the attempt, not the result, because the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. And that is something that I have proven over and over again. I do get better at what I'm doing. I've created my own landing pages myself. And yes, they get better and better, and they will get better and better. But I've created them, and that's what's important. Eventually, I'm going to have VAs that will basically, because I've got now templates, they will put in the information that I've created. They may not change things unless I ask for it, because I've got that template and I really like it because I created it. And shift the spotlight. So one reason that the perfectionism thrives is that we put too much focus on ourselves. So shift the perspective to the people that you're serving, your niche. Think about them. Now, of course, whenever I create a service or a product or anything, it's me first. Because if I don't find joy in creating that, and I've been told by coaches and everyone out there, not everyone, but many people, I've heard this message so many times, create for your niche. Guess what? If I create for my niche and it doesn't bring me joy, I'm not going to sell anything. But when I create for me and it brings me joy, guess what? It sells. So you can, also ask yourself, how can I help my clients today? What do they need most right now? And then you can turn it back. Okay, what do I need most right now? And do they need that? Something to think about. Because when your focus is on service, when your focus is on your niche, the fear of judgment fades and that beautiful authenticity shines through. And I want you to collect imperfect wins. So keep a messy wins journal. Write down all the successes you've had despite or even because of imperfection. For example, maybe you launched a course without professional graphics and it still sold out. Or you wrote a blog post in an hour and it got more engagement than your carefully crafted ones. So reflect on these moments because they remind you that progress always outshines perfection every time. Now, if you're watching this in early March, whenever I put this episode out, then I've actually got a challenge. It is Ignite Your Creativity with a 3-day flow. I would love for you to sign up. I'll have the link in the description. If you're watching it later on, guess what? I'm different. You will find a page on my website called Freebies. Hopefully that's what it's called. And there I'm going to have every challenge and every webinar I've done, because I don't care about urgency and I don't care about any of that kind of stuff. It doesn't feel right for me. So that's why I've created that page, and that's why every challenge I do, once it's done, it will stay on my website. And I'm excited about that, because all of this that I'm doing is fun for me. I love it. So why shouldn't you still be able to see all of that? Why shouldn't you be able to sign up to a webinar? Because every webinar I aim to do aims to be evergreen. You can watch it years down the track and still get something from it. So I hope that this episode has created something, sparked in you, because the fear of imperfection is just that. It's a fear. And fear loses power when we face them head on. I'm a living example of that. So by embracing the messy and celebrating the process, you open the door to growth, innovation, and connection. And remember, the world doesn't need your perfection, it needs your passion. So until next time, keep showing up, keep trying, and keep embracing the wonderful imperfect journey.